Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your host for today, Freishia.
Hey, Freishia.
I truly loved how, every single point that we've also been talking about since morning, and you made that wonderful association of that with your career. And I'm sure it's got a lot of people thinking over here in terms of what is it that they can also do with their careers, with their paths, to try and rethink and redefine. You definitely are the only person that I know in the world who is
In the world.
in the world, because I don't know anyone who has all these talents. There are a lot of leaders in this room. There are a lot of aspiring leaders in this room, and there are potential leaders in this room. And you have met many leaders in your life as well.
Yes.
Worked with them, worked under them, worked, around them as well. What are some of the qualities of a true leader that you would also see leaders in the corporate world taking along with them? And I'm specifically talking about leaders in the army at this point. So your favorites will keep changing as per the weather conditions.
Yes, very much.
Dodging the question very well.
Thank you.
Let's go on
Moving
to...
on.
And that was such a powerful opening. It also happened at a time when the Me Too movement was going on. And there you were. MC Shea turns out to be, this guy that's like backing a chick over here. You spoke about that moment when the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, 3 independent forces had to come together and work as one. So what advice we're doing pretty good working as one. We have the power of one with us, but we're always open to learning and understanding more as to how varied battalions from different forces of life can come together and work as one unit. In fact, did you ever get bullied at school?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the thing with bullying also is that it's something that it can continue through your life, We sometimes associate it only as something that happens to us as children. But even in a work environment, it is something that you can encounter. And what would your advice be to someone who's encountering it even in a work environment then? Even after you retired, you took a little time out and you traveled all of India. And you had a travelogue and a book that you were working on as well. We always have this concept in our heads that we're like, mujhe hero banna hai. And I know that you said this somewhere where then you turned around and said, no, mujhe hero nahi banna hai. And yours is literally that story, that when you hear it, you're like, nah, that's not how people get discovered. And it actually did happen that way with you. While we talk of successes and we talk of achievements, at the same time, failure is also something that is a very integral part, no matter if you're in the army or in the corporate world.
Yes.
And initially in your speech, you spoke about how where there was a point of failure and everyone went back to the drawing board. How can we take some learnings like that? Because in today's day and age, a lot of us have to cope and deal with failure. And what tips would you give somebody in that corporate world on how to deal with failure? Mr. John T. Rhodes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Siddharth Chaturvedi. Major Gaurav Arya, I truly believe that the round of applause that we have just heard in the room collectively will tell you how we feel about you coming over here and joining us this afternoon.